Hey, so welcome back to Wild Time Adventures with me, Ray, adventures with affordable watches, and today I present to you the Laco Aachen 42 entry-level German-made flieger watch. So this is a way of getting your toes wet without spending an inordinate amount of money on a flieger. This is Laco's entry-level model. I paid just under £300 for this. I think it retails at 340 euros on their website, I believe. So, you know, a little under $400 perhaps. And before now, I really didn't get the whole flieger thing, but having pulled the trigger on this one, I now consider myself a convert, and I'm going to explain why you might want to consider adding an affordable flieger to your collection if you haven't done so already. I think this is a whole lot of watch actually for what you pay for it. So let's have a look at the pros and the cons and present my overall judgment on this one. Okay, so first of all, let's do dimensions. So of course, 42 millimeters across this version. You can get 39 mil if you are a more modestly sized wrist. I have a 7.25 inch wrist, so I've decided to go for the 42, and I think it fits quite well, although it does wear very large. We'll look at that in a little while. So this is the 42 millimeter version as opposed to the 39 mil. Lug to lug is 50 millimeters. The height, a shade under 12 mil, so 11.75. Water resistant to 50 meters, although however, given the lovely calfskin leather strap on this, you're not exactly going to be getting this wet on purpose. However, it's good to know that this is going to be fine. You're not going to get any misting if you're just wearing this in normal conditions. You can get it a little bit wet. The weight, 93.3 grams. So you know that you're wearing it, that's for sure. However, it's not inordinately heavy or anything, although this stainless steel case is pretty substantial. Now, you do get a lot of watch for your money, but I think they've saved the money on using you know, an entry-level movement. So this is the Miyota 82S0 movement. However, I found it, you know, perfectly respectable, I have to say. So I've checked very carefully, and this has been running to around about 7 seconds slow per day. So I think that's pretty respectable given the price point. And they have given some decoration on this movement. We have this skeletonized rotor and some Côte de Genève finishing there on the movement, as you can see. So I'm pretty happy with that. Sapphire glass on the front and the display case back as well. So that's nice to have, as you'd probably expect at this price point. In terms of the movement then, yes, it's automatic. This one does hack. I think the earlier models didn't necessarily do that, although one pull out on this and it hacks, so it's very convenient. I think having hacking on a flieger, actually I think it is very essential, given the original purpose of these watches as tools to time things to a very precise degree for military purposes. The loom on this is actually outstanding. This is one of the high points for me. I didn't used to get the whole flieger thing in terms of the design of the dial. I found it a little bit odd, especially the B dial as opposed to the I dial version. I found it quite busy, but also a bit dull looking. But when you wear one and you use it as a tool, you soon get to realize that this is really, really legible, excellent in the dark. When you just look at it really quickly, you know, you can just tell the time at the glance. These sword-shaped hands are excellent for that. In terms of the wind, it's not the smoothest wind, but there we go, hand winds here. We've got the distinctive onion-shaped crown that you expect on a classic flieger watch. The strap, I love the whole design with the thick leather strap. It's a real chunky beast, a little stiff at first, but it's soon, I've been wearing this for a couple of weeks now, it soon starts to soften and conform to the shape of your wrist. I love the rivets. I think this really, it's redolent of its roots as a military tool from the mid 20th century. I like the way that the classic fliegers are quite severe looking and very much redolent of that mid 20th century era. It certainly has a kind of masculine, tool-tastic kind of look to it, which I do actually really like. Keeper here, so we've got two bits to it here, so the strap end does kind of fit round nicely, and a signed buckle, which is nice to have. So overall, a really well made piece of kit. And of course, you've got that peace of mind, if you like, of this being a proper made in Germany tool. Now you can, on Laco's website, specify some upgrades for extra cost, such as anti-reflective coating on the sapphire glass. You can upgrade the movement, which is nice to have. Looking on Laco's website, it seems that every model you can upgrade, which is fantastic. I've got a funny feeling at a future point I might be diving in to one of their more premium offerings. But as I say, this is a way, if you're just a normal working guy like me, of being able to experience a proper German flieger without going crazy on it. The more premium versions do not have this display case back. I think this is something of a sop, really, for people who maybe aren't so much into watches and expect a display case back. But of course, the proper fliegers, and indeed Laco's more premium models, they don't have this, in fact, and you wouldn't expect it. Okay, so this is nice to have, but I'm not especially into this personally. I don't think this is, I'd rather that they stuck with a more original type of design. There are a few small cons to this watch. As I mentioned, you have to accept that it wears extremely large. Now, for reference now, I'm just going to bring in a couple of my other affordable watches. So here is a Seiko Samurai, which is a pretty big beast actually. So this is a 44mm case, and as you can see, it looks the same in terms of size, and it's all dial, obviously, this flieger. Let's compare it also to, here we go, to a Casio Royale for reference as well, another very popular piece that lots of people have in their collection. So you can see it's pretty substantial, the Laco Aachen. So there are some other things that come with the size of this dial here. I have found that I'm a bit prone to bump into things as this watch is all dialed and quite angular and sticks out. It's not the thickest, but it's still reasonably thick. And I've clonged this into door handles and the like, and I know sapphire glass is pretty tough, but I am concerned about the day when I might scratch, chip, or worse, shatter this glass here. So it does stick out a little bit, it has to be said. So yeah, that's a bit of a con, I suppose. The strap, although I've said, is really, really nice quality. Like I say, it is a little bit stiff at first, and it doesn't conform particularly well to your wrist. Even if you wear it quite tight, as I like to do, it will move around a bit. It's not the most comfortable, but overall, I consider myself a convert. Do you have a flieger watch? Are you into this? Let me know your experiences in the comments. So thank you so much for watching to the end of the vid. Please do consider liking and subscribing. Help me to continue to make more purely independent watch content. I'm just a normal person, I'm not a watch dealer. And what you get from me is an honest take from a normal person on some lovely affordable timepieces. Why not check out a couple of my other videos? I've got videos on all sorts of affordable watches. So please check them out, and thank you very much for sticking around to the end. Bye for now.